YouTube. It is Damien, it's Newcastle, it's the beta, it's Dream Returns, it's episode 2, and today we have our first look of Fm22 gameplay. Firstly, I'd like to say thank you for the support on episode 1. Everyone seems to have enjoyed it, and for everyone in the Discord, thank you for the good comments that you have left about it as well. Quickly before we get into the episode, links down below obviously to the Twitch where we're streaming currently live at the moment. Twitch, say hello. YouTube, Twitch, YouTube, if it wants to come across. Hello. There we are. The lads are in the chat. And if you are watching this on YouTube, there's a link below to the Discord where all the lads are friendly bunch, and you get to see more than just my content. There's everyone's content out there, like Paulie, etc., etc. So highly recommend. Anyhow, enough plugging. We've got a lot to talk about. First things first, we've got probably Premier League favourites in terms of in probably real life's pre-season Premier League favourites. Chelsea, I think everyone's favourite now at the minute, like we talked about in my podcast that we have, that Man City's probably everyone's favourite now, and then everybody rates Liverpool. I love the fact that Fabinho is put as a right back. It makes no sense, but it doesn't matter. But for me, we've snuck up a little bit if we look at the season preview into 7th. I'm not going to click on our name. And pre-season was a little bit interesting to say the least. Started really well here. It's not going to show us, but if I click on the Bournemouth game, for instance, we played 5 at the back in this new 5 at the back system that I mentioned. We're like, oh yeah, it's working well. We're creating chances. We haven't really played anyone, but I expect the goal ratio is a little bit lower. And I was like, okay. And then I logged on today to finish off pre-season, and Watford had 2 chances, both went in really, and we got spanked. Well, we didn't get spanked. We spanked them, but we didn't score. And it became quite notable that even though we're having chances, we've scored in pre-season, and then here against Watford we did it, that a lot of our chances in this system is coming from balls over the top to Callum Wilson. And if he doesn't finish, no one does. I didn't like that. We then played Burnley in the 5 at the back system at home. A few days later, it was a lot worse. And I will say that, yeah, you probably can see some of the signings. We'll talk about him in a second. And this game here, we didn't even look like scoring. So I was like, well, something's got to change. What I did is I loaded up into the old school, old faithful. If you watch my content before, 4-2-3-1, they have said this year that they've patched how aggressive or how good pressing systems are in the YouTube videos that they put out. As you can see, 4-2-3-1 against a side that I've never heard of before. Absolutely battered them. Finally got performances out of St. Maxium, and we have a few injuries. So there we are. This side here is in the Spanish Federation First Division R. So a long way down. But yeah, for me, an easy win, so to say. But because of how poor the 5 at the back was, I had to change for that game there to give the boys something to feel about what they're going to do when we play against Chelsea. I know I wanted to play wider centre-backs on attack or support or defend. And I know I wanted to play 5 at the back because I've never played it on FM and I wanted to give it a go. But when Burnley and Watford are touching them up, and in real life they're pretty horrid, and I would imagine on FM they're going to be pretty horrid, I can't risk that this season with the team that we got. Especially considering the fact of the names that I've signed. 4-2-3-1 seems to fit us pretty well. We do have more names coming in, and when they come in, we'll definitely go through it. Just with some of the signings that could be coming in at the minute. I feel like the game's a little slower this year as well. I feel like at times it clicks around really well, and then at times when you start clicking through stuff quickly, maybe because of the beta, it freezes like this, because I've clicked on the ins and now nothing's happening. So unless this is absolutely crashed, which I highly hope, or I highly doubt A, and B, I don't hope it does. There's 2 signings coming in, and one of them's a steal. Danny, we have a contract accepted for. He'll probably play in the middle of the park with our other signing we'll talk about. 650k Real Madrid released him for. For 650k, I've used him before, he was quite good on last season's FM, or the year before. I don't understand why 650k, but there we are. The second one is Pedro. Now, the board want high-profile signings. He's a high-profile player that's never played for Brazil. For me, though, if I look at Shadow Striker, I look at him and go, man, get this guy in and around the box with a chance to finish. He's going to bang goals. Secondly, I need a backup striker because I'm not going to use Jolinton. We're going to go through people that we've gone and left out, and we've still got people that aren't registered that are here that don't want to leave. Pedro's the sort of guy that I'm like, right, Callum Wilson gets an injury, which happens to Callum Wilson. I can slap him up top, and he's going to be fine. Perfect. Doesn't bother me. He plays very well, and he places his shots. I can't wait to use him as well because he looks like a fun little player. We go to the transfer history, though. We have got people that are in, and we have got people that have come on the outs. Matt Ritchie's gone. If we probably go by date, Kraft has gone on loan with potential to buy. Elliott's gone on loan, one of our youth prospects. But there's a few lads that are getting deals done at the minute on the way out. Clark's obviously on his way out. Jeff Hendricks rejected a contract. That's annoying. But Jolinson looks like he's on his way to Bournemouth and with the potential to buy as well. We go into... I'm like fluttering outside. We go into our transfer history, though, and on the ins. We'll go by date. Why not? We'll go by date. There we go. We started off with the man, the myth, the legend, which is Rafinha. He unfortunately picked up an injury in pre-season. It looks like training injuries are back. You remember back in the day, I reckon FM19 early doors, that everyone used to get training injuries. You used to get about 10 training injuries. All I've copped is training injuries this whole start of pre-season. I don't know if that's something to do with training that I'm missing or whatever, but Rafinha's in and he's fantastic. Eric Dyer, I've never used on FM. Ball-playing defender. He was brought to be a wider centre-back. But as a ball-playing defender, looks fantastic. And if we do switch into a 4-3-3, which is tempting me, he can play in here really well as well. Just a step above everyone else that is here. He looks very good, very powerful, and obviously is a pretty good English centre-back as well. A man that's going to be a little bit controversial. And rightfully so, because I do not condone what is apparently, alleged against him in real life. However, Basuma is a very good player in Football Manager. He's in my price bracket. He's one of the best we can pick up. Controversial? Yes. You may not like it, but he's here. And to be quite fair, on Football Manager, he looks pretty godly. So, I've never used him before. The opportunity was there. I've got Basuma in the bag, in the van, as we say here. And yeah, look, come on, Basuma. Let's go. It's Football Manager. We don't need no, real life sort of stuff going on. All right. Mancini, though, is the steal. Mancini looks good. He's physical. He's strong. He's 25. He's been capped by Italy. I love the look of him. And I really do think outside of this Chelsea game that we're going to have a very good back four obviously the lads we're going to go through, of course, but Dyer and, of course, Mancini as the back two. I reckon that looks very good. But at fullback on the left-hand side, we needed one out there. And Grimaldo's come in. He's fantastic. I've used him on FM before in previous seasons. Usually a good little player to get on FIFA. The only thing you will say is that his marking is dead horrid. But as a fullback bobbing on, someone that can play, if I go into a 5 at the back system for whatever reason, can play as a wing back on attack. I just feel like get this guy with the ball. We're going to change completely Newcastle's philosophy and understanding of football. We're going to come out here. We're going to play the typical Damo ball that you see, which is a 4-2-3-1 that pings the ball around. We move it around and off we go. If anything, I'd probably want to go slightly more possession-based this year, considering the tweaks they've made to how energy is impacted with pressing. But yeah. And then lastly, a player I've never used before either, but playing on the other side, is Salad-Makers. I've never used Makers. I've always seen him at Manchester City on all my English saves that I've ever done, and he's always been great, and usually he's a winger, but at fullback as well. Just going to train him to play fullback on attack, and he's going to be my bombing on fullback. He looks fantastic, and yeah, I think a really good signing. If you look at the team at the minute, it's a little bit of a mess due to the injuries I've got. I'm trying to obviously get in a Danny Ceballos into the middle of the park as well, but typical Damo YouTube episode when people come in, isn't it? But in terms of the team, it's okay. Like Dubravka is a little bit underdone, but definitely our best keeper. We're playing Chelsea, so as much as I wouldn't want to play him, as much as I don't want to play him, I've kind of got to. I feel. But yeah, look, the team's a little bit underdone. Joe Willock's maybe one we talk about as well. He's a new signing in real life there. Guy that's got a lot of potential. I've got to give him game time because of that. And he's here as one of the more important players. I just don't know where I play him because I don't think it's in the middle of the park, and I don't think when Joe Pedro comes in he starts. But he's probably this guy that I bring off the bench a lot, and he's sort of the guy that I'm like, if we could train him in a few different areas, here in the 10, out wide, he could probably be used off the bench very well. But yeah, and as you can see, we've got a pretty big squad, and with that pretty big squad, I don't know what we do. But yeah, Fraser's out with a training injury as well, so yeah, it's all happening. I'm going to get John Joe Shelby to the bench. I'm trying to sell him as well. But and that hurts me to do it. Anyhow, we got Chelsea here today, and I don't have a midfielder picked for this spot. What do they want me to pick here? I wonder. That we probably should have a look at that. What do they want me to pick? Team selection advice. Joe Willock and then Miguel Almiron into the middle. I actually don't mind that at all. Rafinha's not fit enough. I'm actually going to go Isaac Hayden. Rafinha's going to come out for Miguel Almiron. And we might use Marion off the bench. And Dubravka's just got to play through the pain barrier. But yeah, be interesting to see how we go here. I personally do not know how we're going to go. But that is your lineup today. Is Dubravka, a whole new back four of Sal, Makers, Mancini, Dyer, Grimaldo. I'm pretty sure Dyer is either-footed. Yeah, good. So he can be on the left. Basuma and Hayden together. Obviously, I actually don't mind Isaac Hayden on FM. I feel like he's really good. That's very workmanlike in the middle of the park, which I think against Chelsea is beneficial, but I'm probably going to move Sabas into Mazzala on support / or attack. St. Maxim, Joe Willock, Almiron. Obviously, Almiron off the bench would be great. Callum Wilson, he scored a fantastic bicycle kick overnight as well. What a footballer. I can't wait to use him. I used him when Damo does England back on Fm19. He won me a Premier League in a season with Bournemouth. He's that good. But yeah, here we go. I actually have space for one more on the bench. Jacob Murphy, sure, why not? But yeah, look, we're getting there slowly. Rome wasn't built in a day. I'm not expecting to win a Premier League title this season. Let me know in the comment section where you expect me to finish. I predict we're going to finish about 9th or 10th, and I will take that. And then if I get a couple more, world-class signings, we'll then push for, maybe a Premier League title about European football in Season 2. Who knows? Anyway, let's see how we go. We probably need to settle on a system because we've only played the system once, but I don't know any other way. Let's just go after Chelsea and see what happens because they're going to be star-studded, let's be honest. No one expects us to get a result. Everyone relax. That didn't really do much. So tell them I'm going to make them proud. And I am, as much as it pains me to do it because apparently it's changed this season, I am going to go and press the boys. They didn't want to press Thiago Silva. Get around him. They're lining up 5 at the back. I would imagine Thiago Silva is playing for the wider centre back. Technically pretty okay at it, but pretty slow. And Asby, I actually feel like we can get, with speed, we can get it back 3. But midfield's obviously very good. Pulisic, Lukaku's up top. Godly. He's still got his Man United photo because of this face pack I'm using. This is from like my FM19, 18 days. But it is what it is. Anyway, score prediction. I reckon you finished 7th, Dim reckons. That's nice. I can't wait to get started. It's nice to start off well. It'll always be nice. And we just hope for a game. I love the match engine as well. Let's talk about the match engine actually. It looks good. These screens have been around since the start of last season's game. But it'll be interesting to see how, you guys get to see it on YouTube here as well. But nothing much here. You can see who we're playing now in pink and that we're highlighted in the blue. I feel like that wasn't the case last season in terms of highlighting. But yeah, I like how the teams look and the players move a lot different. Like we'll explain it when we see highlights. But for me, it's going to be very interesting to see how the energy reacts. Anyhow, early highlight here, and I believe it is for Chelsea. It is for Chelsea. We're actually on the right camera angle. I feel like we're a little bit zoomed in here. Just a touch further back. Thank you. Mason Mount goes towards Rudiger. And we're 1-0 down to a Rudiger bomb. Fair enough. And I have found that a lot of long-range goals flying in at the minute as well. But because I believe Sarr hit one against me. Anyhow, I look at the turning circle. Like it's so much better. Outside of the boot, and then he steadies himself. Like good on him, but we really should be doing better and not allowing Rudiger to shoot there. 1-0 down to a set piece. Highlight from kickoff. Mancini driving, still driving. Turns, Dyer. See what I mean? Like that little, don't pause the highlight here because Callum Wilson could get on it, which he doesn't, and Mendy goes long. Can we win it? We do. Makers, Mancini, Isaac Hayden. Just needs to keep the ball. Joe Willock over the top. St. Maxim, good touch. Cuts it back. Willock blocked. Almiron 1-1. Now, I don't know if it's going to show us in the highlight, but the turns and the twists are unreal in the game. Like the little things that players do is unbelievable now. It's 1-1 just like that. See, like, how they open up the body, but have a look at St. Maxim here, how he turns. Just inside of the foot, turn, good block, and, there's little bits of quality. There was someone in the middle of the park, that turn, that looked unreal. It looked unreal. Anyhow, 1-1 against Chelsea. We've been the better team in terms of what we're doing with chances, but Chelsea are just knocking the ball around at their will at the minute, which kind of tells you the press ain't working, but it is what it is. Anyway, Mason Mount, Kante, not a guy you want on the ball. Thiago Silva, still noticeable to have a noticeable back 3, so I feel like they're playing wider centre-backs on defend or just normal centre-backs. Anyway, Callum Wilson, St. Maxim, and we're away. Good opening of the body of Callum Wilson there. St. Maxim going down the line, cuts one back, Grimiado, Hayden, efforts blocked, cleared away by Havertz. Look, we've been good. Grimiado again, cut one back, puts it in there. Oh my, Mendy mistake, it's 2-1. Dim predicted 2-2, and we're 2-1 up. That's not a bad prediction, Dim. A Mendy mistake? FM probably has not watched what's been going on in real life, because Mendy's probably been the best keeper in the world at the minute. But Grimiado ball in. Mendy came and just couldn't hold it. He palmed it onto the post for whatever reason, even though he should have just taken a simple chest mark. 2-1. Highlight from kickoff, just like what happened with us. So here we go. Asby driving, and then a ball over the top to Reece James is delightful, and they're away. And Reece James can whip one here. Not many numbers in the box. Turns, gives it back to Havertz. We need to get up, which we don't. Basuma wins. Grimiado. Just need to keep it here. Looks for the feet of St. Maxim. Great ball between the lines. St. Maxim looked for Wilson. It wasn't on. He didn't need to turn there. I feel like the turns look good, but I feel like from what we've seen in 26 minutes, they've happened too much. Havertz, what a touch inside. I'm loving the look of it. The game just looks smooth, doesn't it? Lukaku, Mason Mount, Pulisic, Lukaku, this is problems. Big problems, 2-2, just like that. 2-2, 28 minutes played. And there we are. Unreal. But yeah, good ball, good run of Pulisic inside. We probably should do better. Eric Dyer should probably come across a little better. But it is what it is. Free kick. This game's going to be littered with goals at the minute. Ball to Lukaku. Top of the box. Miguel Almiron tried to win it, didn't. Mason Mount hits the bar, falls to Pulisic, and barring VAR, it's 3-2. We're pleading with VAR. This is our first VAR call, so I don't know what's going to happen. Goals disallowed for offside. So let's have a look. Yeah, just off. Here we are. Time ticks away. We've been the better team in terms of creating chances. They've been the better team with the ball. I'm always tempted to move us a little bit more possession-based, but we'll leave it. Anyway, we've been good. Had a lot of chances. Yeah, we've done really well. I'm going to change it just slightly. Take it off that. I'm just going to move it to slightly higher. Just play your football. Just be a little bit more better on the ball. I wouldn't say it's gone bad, but if we can just knock the ball around and get players on it, we'll be okay. Time ticking. Corner. I have loaded up last year's short corners because I'm not a fan of whipping them in real life. That's a pen. Mancini went down. He looked for contact. It does not bother me. That's going to be a penalty. Pen ref in the great words in the pen fez. And penalty is given. Standard usual. And Callum Wilson probably to take it. Or St. Maxim. Probably Callum Wilson. It is Callum Wilson. Steps up versus Mendy. Mendy saves. Mendy saves. Wasn't the best of penalty by Callum Wilson. Would have put your house on him. Look at the chances we have created. We have created a hell of a lot of chances against Chelsea. Werner for Pulisic. Havertz is on too. Mason Mount has just come on. We go on Almiron for Murphy. Dubravka's just made a save. I don't know why the highlight started then, but Dubravka has literally just made a save. Can we see the Dubravka save? That's a fantastic save. Reverse hand. I'm glad we saw that. Have a look at that. As a goalkeeper coach, that is exciting. Have a look at that for a save. That's a key highlight, Football Manager. Let's be honest. Really got the volley. Top hand. Oh, yeah. Righty-o. I'm loving the match engine. Match engine and on point. But it's a corner. Ziyech headed and in by Timo freaking Werner of all people. 3-2 down. We've played quite well. We've played really well. We played really well at the minute. Ziyech, Mancini, good header. Gonna risk Rafinha. Longstaff for Basuma. Not really the guy I really want to bring in here. Look, Jojo Shelby, get out there and just be like creative. This is a problem. I don't really have a bench. Like, none of these guys are going to do anything. Miguel Almiron looks absolutely cooked. I don't have anyone that's going to play in the hole either. I don't have anyone on the bench that can play up top. Let's make those two changes and Miguel Almiron just do whatever. Now, is this a highlight because I'm making changes? This is a highlight because, you know, we're going to score. Salamakers, penalty! Ref! Shelby blast over, but apparently no pen. Werner, ball through, should be Dubrovka's. Goes with feet to St. Maxim, great kick. St. Maxim still driving. Ball in's not bad. Callum Wilson doesn't rise high. It's Werner flick, should be our ball. We've penned Chelsea in their half here. We need to make use of this. Salamakers beats a man. Miguel Almiron running the game out. Jonjo Shelby. Mendy spilled it again. Weird highlight this. Basuma! Oh, deflected and wide. It was a block and a half by Thiago Silva. Grimiado. We do not deserve to lose this game. Almiron in space. It's not the space I want to give. Salamakers, Rafinha needs options. Jonjo Shelby. Salamakers. Jonjo Shelby. Someone needs to show themselves. Basuma. Shelby. Good touch. Salamakers. Numbers in the box. Can he whip? Cuts one. Basuma headed away only as far as his eye action. Dyers are there too. Grimiado. Ball in. Straight into Mendy's hands. We've been good. We have been good. We have peppered this game. We have peppered Chelsea. Mendy goes long towards Lukaku. Mancini heads, but to Ziyech. Why? He's so free header. That's probably a pen. Don't understand how Werner went from a goal machine in Germany to missing an open net every 3 games. It's because where Chelsea used him. He played out wide. You got to remember that. And then Chelsea used him as a 9, and yeah, that's a pen. Now we're going to be 4-2 down, barring a Dubrovka save against Lukaku. Come on, Dubrovka. Do it for me, buddy. Good penalty. There's the difference, really. Callum Wilson missed the pen, and they haven't. And look, the system gives me hope. The system gives me hope. We've battered Chelsea. We have battered Chelsea. We've had 21 shots. We have 10 on target. We have absolutely battered them. We do not deserve to lose 5-2. That is very undeserved. That is very undeserved. Great free kick. Yeah, like... Not too bad. What can you say? Don't know what you can say, really, about that. We've played well. Rudiger scored from a set piece. Werner scored from a set piece. Ziyech scored from a set piece. Lukaku scored from a penalty. The only goal we conceded from open play was the Lukaku first goal. I don't know what you can say, really. I feel like our second half was better than our first half as well. There should be more analytical data that we can look at here. Went down the left-hand side a little bit more. The analytics screen is usually not too bad, but it's the data hub I want to go to. I might show you a bit of that. Unlucky, boys. Like, what can you do? I thought we were really good. Look. Data hub, the hub data after 3 games. But surely I can look at the first game's data about the momentum of the game. Okay, so I have to wait 3 days. That's annoying. Would imagine press comms all the same, so I'm not going to give you that, YouTube. But yeah, I don't know. I'm oddly happy after witnessing that. Gotta remember, we had 22 shots at Stamford Bridge with 10 shots on target, and Mendy saved a penalty. Like, on a different day, we could have scored 5 ourselves. What's our shot map like? A lot from in the area. Yeah, I don't know. 22 attempts, 16 with feet, 2 goals. A lot around the area. Shots all blocked in and around. I'm going to say that wasn't bad. If we create that many chances against every opposition, we're going to win majority of games. Look, at the end of the day, I think that's where we're going to end it, YouTube. Next episode, I'm going to give you a game sort of around our level. Might give you how Vieira's going against Palace. Yeah, I might give you Palace and Wolves, 2 home games at the Tomb. And by then, we should have had the new signings come in and hopefully a bit of a system understood. Anyhow, till next time though, that is the end of episode 2 here with the Dream Returns to Newcastle. Not a dream start, a nightmare start. If you're looking just at the result or the scoreline. In terms of the performance though, a lot to be optimistic about, a lot to, dream about really, because anyone else, 22 shots, a different day when Mendy doesn't have a blinder, we're the ones that have won that game 5-2, but who knows. Anyway, from Dame and everybody else here, I'll see you next time. Give it a like, go subscribe, and see ya.